You filed your claim, you had coverage, you did everything right. And then, a letter arrived telling you your claim was denied. That letter is not the end of the road. Most people think it is, and that is exactly what your insurance company is counting on. Every year, billions of dollars in legitimate claims go unpaid because policyholders accept the first no and walk away. You are about to learn how to stop that from happening to you. In this video, we are going to walk through exactly why insurers deny claims, what they are actually allowed to do, and how you fight back step by step. This applies to health insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. The core process is the same across all three. By the end of this video, you will know how to read a denial letter, how to file a formal appeal, and when to escalate if your insurer still refuses to budge. Let's start with the most important thing to understand. Not every denial is illegal or even wrong. Insurance companies deny claims for a wide range of reasons, and some of them are completely legitimate. But many denials are based on technicalities, paperwork errors, or vague policy language that they interpret in their own favor. Think of it like a landlord finding a loophole in your lease to keep your deposit. The rules may technically allow it, but that does not mean you have to accept it. The single most common reason for denial is that the insurer says the treatment, damage, or incident is simply not covered under your policy. This is why reading your policy before you need it is so important. Most people never do this until it is too late. The second most common reason is a lapse in coverage. This happens when a payment was missed, even by 1 day, and the policy technically expired at the time of the claim. A $300 missed payment can end up costing you $30,000 if a major claim hits while your policy is lapsed. The third big reason is a filing error. Wrong dates, missing documentation, or a form submitted to the wrong department can trigger an automatic denial. And the fourth reason is what is called a pre-existing condition exclusion, which is most common in health insurance. If your policy excludes certain conditions that existed before your coverage started, any claim tied to that condition can be denied. When you receive a denial letter, do not just read the top line that says denied. Read the entire letter carefully. The letter is legally required to tell you the specific reason for the denial and the exact policy language or clause they are using to justify it. Write down the reason code or section number they cite. That is your starting point for your appeal. If the letter is vague or confusing, you have the right to call and request a full written explanation. Get the name of every person you speak to and write it down with the date and time. Think of the denial letter like a puzzle. The reason they give you is a clue, not a final verdict. Here is something most people do not know. Insurance companies are legally required to handle your claim in good faith. Bad faith means the insurer is unreasonably denying a valid claim, delaying payment without a real reason, or failing to properly investigate what happened. Examples of bad faith include denying your claim without reviewing your documents, offering you a settlement far below what your policy covers, or simply ignoring your appeal for weeks on end. If your insurer is acting in bad faith, you may have legal grounds for a lawsuit, and in some states they can be required to pay additional damages on top of your original claim. This is not something to bring up in your first phone call, but it is important to know the line exists and that you have power on your side of it. Step 1 is to write a formal appeal letter. Do not call and argue. Put everything in writing. Your appeal letter should include your policy number, the date of the denial, the specific reason they gave, and the evidence that shows why that reason is incorrect. For a health insurance denial, this might mean a letter from your doctor explaining that the treatment was medically necessary. For a home insurance claim, it might mean contractor estimates and photos of the damage. Step 2 is to send your appeal by certified mail. This creates a paper trail that proves they received it and on what date. Most insurance companies are required by law to respond to an internal appeal within 30 to 60 days. Mark that deadline on your calendar. Step 3 is to request an external review if your internal appeal is denied. An external review is handled by an independent third party, not the insurance company. In the USA, this is a legal right for most health insurance plans. If your appeal fails and you still believe the denial was wrong, your next step is to file a complaint with your state insurance commissioner. Every U.S. state has an insurance commissioner whose job is to regulate insurers and protect policyholders. Their contact information is public and easy to find. Filing a complaint costs you nothing, and insurers take these complaints seriously because repeated complaints can trigger audits and fines. In the UK, you can escalate to the Financial Ombudsman Service. In Canada, it is your provincial insurance regulator. In Australia, it is the Australian Financial Complaints Authority. If the amount in dispute is large enough, consulting a public adjuster or an insurance attorney is worth considering. Many insurance attorneys work on contingency, meaning they only get paid if you win. Mistake number 1 is accepting the denial without reading it closely. Most people never check whether the reason cited actually applies to their specific situation. Mistake number 2 is only communicating by phone. Phone conversations leave no record. Always follow up every call with an email or letter summarizing what was discussed. Mistake number 3 is missing the appeal deadline. Most policies give you between 30 and 180 days to file an appeal after a denial. Miss that window and you lose your right to fight it entirely. If this video helped you understand your rights, please subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Our next video covers how health insurance actually works step by step, including what happens between your doctor visit and your final bill. That one is essential viewing if you have ever looked at an explanation of benefits and had no idea what any of it meant. Before we wrap up, this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial or insurance advice. Every insurance policy is different. Always read your own policy documents and speak with a licensed insurance professional before making any decisions.